Hey guys, Nate from VIP Airsoft here with what I consider to be the two best AEGs for around $300, the KWA SR7 and the KWA SR10. I've talked about the SR10 in the Krytac review, and I thought that we should take a look at these classic guns. Let's start with the SR7. The stock is a normal crane stock, but it houses a fuse, making it easier to check and change, but it limits your style of stock because it's slightly harder to get off since you would have to remove the fuse first. The body is an all-metal receiver with KWA trademarks and a unique serial number. The highlight of this gun is the 2GX gearbox, which is reinforced metal and slightly thicker than others. It also features 6 9mm bearings as opposed to the last gen 4 8mm bearings and 2 9mm bearings, and higher than the common 6 7mm bearings. KWA used to have problems with broken trigger posts and noticed that, so they threw a bunch of reinforcing materials at it until it became what it is now. And now I would be pretty surprised if it broke on you. The sights are standard A2 sights, the back one is removable with thumb screws, and the front sight is integrated into the barrel as a gas block, but it can still be removed, just not as easy as the back sight. The rail is 7 inches long, like the name says, SR7, and is one of my favorite quad rails. This was made before key mods were popular, but they are still very high quality metal rails. The barrel and flash hider are standard, and the barrel has 14mm counterclockwise threads. The accessories that are on this gun do not come with the gun, but you can purchase them on our store, such as the Magpul railed vertical grip, the Bravo PEC box, and the NC Star Rogue red dot sight. Let's jump up to my personal favorite, the SR10. There's not a huge difference, they even both shoot between 350 and 400 FPS. The body has the same unique serial number, or a different unique serial number, or I don't know, there's a unique serial number too. The rail is 10 inches long and the barrel is 16 inches, making this more of a field gun, but back in the day that did not stop me from throwing a crawler barrel in it and using it at this arena. The accessories I've put on here that don't come with the gun are a Magpul angled forward grip, an NC Star VAT FLBM flashlight, and an NC Star Mark III scope. We here at VIP thoroughly enjoy NC Star. This is a part where I say something witty to transition to the shooting segment. Alright guys, so we're going to be shooting from here in Blue Tower down to Red Tower. I'm going to shoot 20 shots and see how accurate this will be from here to there. The KWA SR10 and SR7 have really amazing trigger response with a 9.6 volt battery, which is my favorite part of this gun. You don't need a LiPo to have really great trigger response, and I think that's one of the biggest highlights people will find with this gun. They won't have to shell out the more money, they can just use their 9.6 that they already have. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's a pretty accurate gun considering we were all the way over there. Most of the rounds did hit. I did have to get it sighted in at first, which is why the first few missed, which wasn't the gun's fault. It was the sight was way off. It was way up and to the right, and so the BBs were going down and to the left. But after I got that sighted in, even on full auto, as you can see, I mean, I got a few right in the middle right there. So this is just a very accurate gun. Alright guys, so for the SR7 we're going to be shooting a bit closer because it is a shorter gun, so we're going to be shooting around half the distance. So there's where we were shooting before, here's where we're shooting now, and there's where we're shooting from. So it's still a pretty good distance, especially for a CQB gun. So we're going to see how the SR7 performs from that distance. Alright guys, so like I said, these are my favorite AEGs, especially around the $300 price point. The only gun that has really come close to these recently were the Krytac, the SPR and the PDW, I believe they were called. Those were the two that came closest to these two guns, I think, in however long these guns have been out, and I even said that in that review. Now, I think that these are still the king of the $300 price point. I do think the Krytacs are a really good option as well though, so if you want maybe the Krytac stock, you like the brand more, you like the key mod rails that they put on their guns, anything like that, I think go with Krytac. But if you want quad rails, or you want the KWA name, or the very reinforced gearbox that's in here, any of those things, I say go KWA. but that's just my opinion. Of course, it's up to you. So maybe come into our walk-in store, check both of these guns out, the SR10, the SR7. Also take a look at those Krytacs while you're here. See what you like. Is paying $300 for an airsoft gun really worth it though? I think it is, especially if you want to get into this sport. A lot of people pay more than that for these guns. They'll buy this and they'll upgrade it, or they'll buy a Polar Star or something like that. It is not that uncommon to spend that much on an airsoft gun, and if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right with a KWA SR10, SR7, or even one of the Krytacs. Thanks for watching, guys. Come in and check these guns out or order one online at our online store. I'm Nate from VIP. Thanks for watching. Bust him. Bust him. Bust him. Bust him. Bust him. Bust him.